The Supreme Court has rejected a plea from former President Trump to block the release of his personal tax records to House Democrats. That potentially paves the way for Democrats to obtain those records before the GOP takes back control of the House. For more on this, let's bring in NBC News Justice and Intelligence correspondent Ken Dilanian. Ken, good morning to you. So this made its way to the Supreme Court after a federal appeals court last month denied Trump's request to have his tax records blocked from being accessed by House members. Why are Democrats looking to get this information? Why is Trump fighting this?
Good morning, Joe. Well, this goes back several years. The House Ways and Means Committee requested these tax returns under a specific law that allows them to review presidential tax returns. They said that they wanted to make sure that the IRS was auditing presidential tax returns correctly. And the House also said they wanted to examine these returns to see if Trump had any conflicts of interest or foreign sources of income. And there's a lot of interesting things they can learn. You know, the New York Times in a 2020 series obtained some of Donald Trump's tax information and found what they said was a pattern of what looked like potential tax fraud, deductions that didn't make any sense. And so it's essentially an oversight issue. And the law says that the IRS has to hand them over. The Trump administration certainly wasn't going to do that. But once Joe Biden took office, the Justice Department said, yes, we can give you the tax returns. Trump fought it in court. He lost all the way. And now he's lost in the Supreme Court. The high drama here, though, as you mentioned, is that the Democrats only have a few weeks left in power. So it remains to be seen how quickly they can get these returns and then what they can do with them, Joe.
I mean, yeah, Ken, this is an issue that goes way back. We know Democrats have been calling on Trump to release his tax records ever since he started running for office in 2016. So I guess the question is, what does happen now? How likely is it Democrats are going to get this before they're the minority in the new year?
I would say it's extremely likely, given that it's the Biden administration and the Justice Department has already said Congress is entitled to these tax returns. And then the question is what happens to the information? Presumably, once the Democrats get it, they keep it. They could have, even after they lose power, they could have their own hearings about these returns. There's very strict rules, though, about how they can share the information. So we shouldn't expect that this information will be made public. But it's also worth remembering that Donald Trump is the only presidential candidate in modern history not to have released his tax returns. And so there are major gaps in what we know about how Trump and his empire made its money, who it's doing business with, which the Democrats say is quite relevant for a person who was president and is now running for president again, Joe.
Ken, we know the Supreme Court right now has a 6-3 conservative majority, includes 3 justices that Trump appointed himself. Despite that, perhaps to his surprise, he hasn't fared well in some recent emergency appeals to the high court. Does this set an expectation for other hearings that Trump is facing when it comes to the variety of issues and investigations going on right now?
I'd say yes, Joe. There's a clear pattern here. This is the 3rd time that the Supreme Court has ruled against Donald Trump in a case where he was trying to shield his records from scrutiny. And, this is a Supreme Court that includes Justice Clarence Thomas, whose wife, as we know, Ginny Thomas, was involved in the Stop the Steal movement, was actively trying to help people overturn the election. Nonetheless, Thomas didn't dissent from this. So what I think this shows is that the Supreme Court is staying within the margins of the rule of law here as Donald Trump makes some rather extraordinary claims and Trump continues to lose, Joe.
Ken Dilanian, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.